Hey everybody, today we are playing a new hotness in Modern. We are playing Mono W Landdestruction. Let's quickly go over the cards. We do run Path to Exile, we do run White Orchid Phantom, and we do run 4 Demolition Field, 4 Field of Ruin, and 4 Ghost Quarter to get rid of our opponent's basics. This deck basically tries to capitalize on the fact that people these days definitely play too little basics. Zoo, for example, only plays 1 basic. Prowess plays 2. Energy has played 4 basics in the past, but right now the trend is playing only 3 basics together with the Arena of Glory. So this deck tries to make it so that the effect from Path to Exile, usually being a downside giving our opponent a basic, just does not occur. And it actually does it in a quite fascinating way. It's really interesting how this deck manages to win games because it just slogs through. We also have Sunken Citadel to be able to use Demolition Field and Field of Ruin turn 2. And we're just trying to keep the game going as long as possible to run our opponent out of lands. White Orchid Phantom, that's double duty right here because it is also a great blocker. And we have Reprieve to have some stack interaction against combo decks and against more expensive spells. We have obviously Solitude, as most white slower decks do. We have 4 Wrath of the Skies to have a decent board wipes and to have a shot against Energy to get rid of their bombardments. And we do have 4 Skyclad Apparition as well as a catch-all removal spell. And 3 March of Otherworldly Light. Because we don't really care about our hand, we don't need that many cards, we just want the game to keep on going so that our Field of Ruins and Ghost Quarters become Stone Rains eventually. And we have one really interesting candidate here as well. Besa the Bounding Spring is one of our best options to run back in the game. When we pitch away our hand into Solitudes and March of Otherworldly Lights, Besa just draws us a card if our opponent has more cards in hand. If our opponent has more life, we gain some life. And if our opponent has more creatures, we make 2 blue fish token. So it's a really nice comeback card that allows us to stabilize after being a bit slow and a bit wonky in the beginning. Let's have a look at our sideboard. We do have another Crucible of Worlds for a real grindy matchup. We do have Disruptor Flute against some combo decks and against Planeswalker heavy decks. We do have Relic as Graveyard Hate. We have our 4th March of Otherworldly Light as another catch-all removal, Besa against some aggressive strategies, Anointed Peacekeeper also against stuff like Goblin Bombardment and Planeswalkers, Stony Silence against artifacts, High Noon against Storm and Prowess, Celestial Purge against pretty much anything red or black, and Orm's Chant against combo. So let's jump right into the game and let's see if we can actually make Path to Exile work in 2025 Modern. Match number 1, playing Mono W Landdestruction in Modern. We have Phantom, Apparition, and Solitude with some more land destruction. I think that's pretty okay. Let's just keep it, play our planes, and pass the turn. See what we'll play against. Probably Boros. Mesa, most likely Boros. Sacred Foundry, yeah, that's definitely Boros. Opponent has an Ocelot Pride. We do have a bigger first striking creature opponent. How about that? Let's get rid of your Sacred Foundry. This probably is one of the tougher matchups actually for our deck, even though we are running a lot of board wipes main deck. Because they do play more basics than most other decks while also having a bit of reach. Opponent grabs another Foundry, so probably goes for a removal spell on our White Orchid Phantom. Is it a discharge? Probably is, yes. I will actually just take it, and I will also probably just take the hit from the Ocelot Pride because we do have the Apparition next turn to get rid of it. We don't have to use our Solitude preemptively. Just take the 1 hit. Opponent gets to make 1 cat. Don't really care about 1 cat. Play Field of Ruin. And let's get rid of the Ocelot. And in a few turns we will just start stone raining our opponent. One of the funny things about this deck is that our main way of stopping Flage, even though we run a Relic main deck and we do have all those exile removals, Our main way of dealing with Flage is just making it so they don't have enough lands to cast Flage. So let's see if we get to do that and live the dream. Find another plains, so let's just get rid of one of our opponent's lands. Grab it. Opponent grabs a mountain. Do I want to pass to exile this Voice of Victory? I think I actually do, because it can definitely snowball really scary. We can't answer it in our opponent's turn. Opponent has no other basics. Our opponent, well, how about that? Opponent probably has the next basic in their hand. Let's hit them for 2. We have another Ghost Quarter coming. And there is a Plains coming right now. There is. How fortunate for us. Opponent plays Flage to get rid of our Apparition, but as I already mentioned, our main way of dealing with that is not all of our exile removal. It's just getting rid of all of their lands. And they do have 2 1/1 token, but we don't really care too much about those, because we're still at a really healthy 18 life. So, what do you think of a White Orchid Phantom getting rid of your Sacred Foundry? Well, what do you think, opponent? And, oh, you don't like that, opponent? What? I'm sorry, but what do you think of a Ghost Quarter on your basic mountain as well? You don't like that? Sorry, I did not know. No, those 2 tokens are pretty measly. Opponent has a Sunbaked Canyon as another land that makes mana. That's pretty good, actually. Even in a Ajani to follow it up. That's pretty much the best thing our opponent could have had. I also got rid of the mountain instead of the plains, because usually they don't play Sunbaked Canyon, and the only left untapped red source eventually will be Arena of Glories. And that's not untapped when they don't have a mountain. So that's pretty fortunate for our opponent to be able to play a Ajani right there. But we do have our Solitude coming. Opponent also has a Goblin Bombardment. Oh, damn! Maybe I was too cocky. Opponent will probably just sacrifice a cat, deal damage to us, flip Ajani, and then get rid of our Phantom. Opponent goes to attack. So, I will definitely take the trade right here, because opponent can just flip Ajani whenever they want. And this just reduces the damage we take. Opponent pings us. Did not expect to get rid of one of the bigger cats. We have no real way to answer this Ajani right now. That's really annoying. This Goblin Bombardment is scary. We have to find something to answer it. Last match I lost against Boros with this deck was also pretty much the same scenario. We locked them out of doing most things, but then they had a red permanent and Ajani, and I did not find an answer to Ajani. And they just kept making a token. We blocked the token with our Castle Ardenvale, but they kept shooting us. Pretty similar to this one. Opponent has another Ajani. We can't let that one resolve. Let's get rid of this. Maybe dig deeper for an answer here. Ooh, a Witch Enchanter. That's also pretty good to get rid of the bombardment. We will take a big hit right here. Yeah. Definitely not what we want to have happen. Down at 5 life. Still have to find something that's down at 7. Okay, I miscounted. I'm sorry. But that's still not looking good for us. Pass to exile is one of our better draws, because we can play it after our Witch Enchanter. Let's get rid of the bombardment. Maybe our opponent will start using the cats to remove these tokens to remove our enchanter in response of the trigger. The most important thing is that this Ajani won't be able to deal damage to us. get rid of the bombardment, but they still have lots of power on the board. Opponent does not sacrifice anything in response. I do like that. The opponent may just uptick Ajani after playing the other Ajani, which would also be really bad. Have to find a board wipe basically. But we do run 4 Wrath of the Skies main deck. Wrath right here would have been definitely best case scenario for us. Because we could have just casted it for x equals 2, still have passed to exile up, remove all their creatures and the goblin bombardment, and we could have passed to exile our opponent's Ajani next turn. Opponent plays Ajani. That's what we expected. Opponent upstick his Ajani here. We do have to block one of the big cats. And I will also pass to exile the Ajani. Can we find a board wipe? Going down to 1 life. And it is the Wrath of the Skies. Nice. Let's go. We can just bank all of our energy for a future one, if we get to survive for that long. Opponent has a Guide of Souls, okay. Another Guide of Souls. Oh no! I think we basically have to find another board wipe once more. The Solitude just won't cut it. It's an Ephemerate, but we have 1 mana too little. If we were able to... okay. Maybe opponent only buffs 1 of his Guide of Souls. He does not use Ajani before, so he only gets to pump 1 Guide of Souls. And he attacks with his other creatures as well. Okay, opponent, use your energy. Opponent pumps his cat token. Let's get rid of it and hope our opponent does not have a discharge. Because we can just block a Guide of Souls, gain some life, and trade it away. If our opponent does not have a discharge right here, would be huge. Our opponent does not have a discharge. Okay, we get rid of a Guide, stabilize a little at 3 life. Our opponent has another Goblin Bombardment. We're dead. Why are you slow rolling as opponent? Okay. I was too cocky. Let's go to game number 2. Sideboarding against Boros Energy. Reprieve is only good against Flage, so we will just get rid of this. I do like more Graveyard Hate against Flage. And I do like Celestial Purge as more answers against Ajani and Bombardment. We definitely also want another Besa. And I think another Peacekeeper to keep down Ajani and Bombardment is also really nice. Ephemerate can definitely high roll really well, but if it doesn't high roll, it does not really do anything. And Ephemerate will be our other shape, because we do want our removal, we do want our board wipes, Solitude for late game. And Besa as our good value creature. Let's move to game 2. Game number 2, we are on the play against Boros Energy. We have a board wipe, we have a Field of Ruin, we have 2 paths to exile. Let's just keep. Sunken Citadel plus Field of Ruin is one of the most fun combos, I think, in Modern. I definitely miss the days of Cabal Coffers, even though I never played the deck myself. But some people at my locals played the deck a lot back then, and it definitely was just fun to watch. Also, I hope you've realized by now that I have changed my layout below me, and there is some animations happening every once in a while, asking you to subscribe and leave a like. So maybe you should listen to those. I would really appreciate it. And I would also really appreciate some feedback on if you think this animation looks good or if I should change anything right there. because it definitely took more time than I want to admit. Let's play our Phantom, get rid of the Foundry, have a blocker. And if our opponent plays Ocelot Prides right after, we can just get rid of them with the Wrath of the Skies, so there's no need for us to keep removal up for the Guide of Souls right now, I think. Opponent shocks in a Sacred Foundry. What shall it be? Arjani? Another Guide? Ocelot? Is it double Ocelot? Would love to see double Ocelot with our Wrath right here. Ocelot and Discharge, okay. That's unfortunate, but we will still just wipe away those two and the token. Opponent gets to bank some more energy. Would have actually wanted our opponent to have one more energy right there, so he would have used 3 energy. But such is life. We could also wait one more turn and just play this Skyclave Apparition and hope to find another answer for this. I think we will just go for the Wrath of the Skies because Apparition will be able to answer both a flipped Arjani and a Goblin Bombardment. And if our opponent would find a Goblin Bombardment right here, would definitely deal a lot of damage to us. Let's just use our mana while we can. And we just take the 2 for 1. Opponent does not have another land drop, it appears. Just starts floating mana in the air, and it's a Goblin Bombardment. Good thing we have the Apparition. He has a land drop, okay. Just played it before. We also find Besa, that's also really nice, but I will just play the Skyclave Apparition now to get rid of the Bombardment so our opponent can flip Arjanis left and right. We yoink that away. Right now we have more life, more cards in hand, and more creatures than our opponent. This Besa is looking like absolute garbage, what the fuck? Opponent, do something! I want this to be value! But to be fair, I also have to draw land before then, so maybe don't do too much. We have been too cheeky in the game before. Opponent has Arjani once more. One scary cat. I just wish the cat token would actually look like Arjani's brother in the artwork. Opponent discharges our Apparition. Okay. Guess that happens. And that's it for now. Okay, we find another Apparition. We can just do this once more. Let's get rid of Arjani. Opponent play the Guide of Souls. That's pretty annoying because he gets to buff one of his tokens. That also means we will take some damage, so our Besa, if we draw something, ooh, Static Prison. Jeez, if we find another Wrath of the Skies, would be disgusting. Float the red mana, is that a Ragavan? It is a Ragavan. If we find another Wrath of the Skies, which would be so good. One probably goes to pump. Just the land, even just the land to play the Besa and get rid of the Guide of Souls would already be good. But the land. So let's Besa right now, gain some life, gain some token. And I think I will have to get rid of the Guide of Souls before combat. The opponent won't be able to pump the Ragavan. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. This one Flying Illusion is already dangerous enough. Yep. We could also make our opponent use the energy with the Guide of Souls. So the Static Prison will fall off sooner. And remove whatever he targets. And then pass to exile the Guide in the future. Yeah, that's probably better. That's probably better. Make our opponent use the energy. Opponent swings with the full team. What do you target, opponent? Probably the Ragavan. It is the Keruga Helga, so let's just invoke our Solitude and get rid of it. Yoinkers! And now we actually have some real nice blocks. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. We take 4 damage. But we can live with that. Opponent is only at 1 card. Is it a Flage? It's a Flage to get rid of Besa. Oh no! Oh no! That's rough. That's rough. Opponent's one top deck was a Flage. Okay. What do we find? We find a Solitude, another one. Love to see it. Let's just get rid of one of his lands. Grab the plains. And pass the turn. We do have Pass to Exile. And we do have the ability to cast Solitude with a land drop next turn. What do you have, opponent? It's Bombardment. I think I will just get rid of the illusion right now. I think I will. And get the land. We could theoretically play Flage next turn, but we do have Solitude for that. Let's just get rid of it. Can't afford to take too much damage right here. And our opponent is down to 1 energy, so the Static Prison will be destroyed in just a bit. This way we're still at 12 life. Our opponent also did not get... Did we destroy Mountain earlier? Didn't. Did our opponent not get a basic? I'm super confused. But we definitely take it. I will destroy the Static Prison. We'll also get rid of the Guide of Souls, I think. One can have 1 empty Goblin Bombardment. Do I take the Goblin Bombardment? Let's just take the Bombardment. We do have Solitude. Sit our opponent for 1. And even if he gets to escape Blade right now, unless it's with haste. Ring of Glory with Flage, in my opinion, my earnest opinion, I really think the card they should ban from Boros Energy is Arena of Glory. Might sound stupid, but I think the most toxic thing this deck can do is escape Flage with haste. For 12 damage, out of nothing, out of the graveyard, for no godforsaken reason. There's no reason this should be a thing they can do. So I really think that's what they should remove from this deck. If our opponent just misclicked earlier. Did just misclick. So let's go. Grab the plants. Will I risk it? I think I will risk not drawing a land instead of risking our opponent top decking a land. Having the ability to, after board wipe, escape Flage with haste for 12 damage makes lots of stuff just absolutely stupid. Like sorcery speed, board wipes should be good against this deck, but they definitely are not as good as they should be. The only one that really works is Wrath of the Skies, because it at least also gets rid of the enchantments, but stuff like Supreme Verdict just doesn't cut it against this deck, because on the one hand, they can just sacrifice everything to still attack the opponent, and on the other hand, even if they just get their board wiped, Flage comes in and just ruins your day. And the opportunity cost to play Arena of Glory is just so little that there's no real reason to not just play 3 right now. People are playing 3 Arena of Glories. We have a Relic, okay, so we will just crack it. We have to find something to answer this Ragavan now though. We immediately do. Opponent will get more energy with the Voice and the Guide. But this just what it is. At least they don't get more treasures. Opponent is also down to 1 card in hand. Don't find such Opponent is definitely decent at top decking, let's to say the least. Ooh. One dead draw, opponent, please. Now they get to buff the voice. Ay caramba. At least we get to block those two. Let's get rid of this, let's get rid of that. Land drop will still be really good to get rid of this voice. Besa might be even better. Because it does also buy us a decent bit of time. But probably it's just worse because our opponent will be able to pump once again. I'm hoping our opponent will double pump this Voice of Victory. So our Solitude will be a blowout. Our opponent won't have any energy left. Appears to be the case. Opponent does not seem to spread the love. He does, okay. Can't block the cat token. Wait, are we just dying? Wait, we can block the cat, we can trade away the small stuff. Let's have a look again. Our opponent will get buff the God of Swords right here. Yep. So we have to definitely trade away these tokens. Those are guaranteed. And our opponent won't have a red permanent unless he top decked another one. I think we have to risk it and try to get rid of the Ajani this way. Our opponent has 2 flying attackers now, that's so annoying. It's another Ajani. Our opponent is a top decking god, what the hell? Damn. Wrath of the Skies, please, one time. Ephemerate. That's also pretty good. We do get to ephemerate our Besa. Can also ephemerate the Skyclave Apparition. Ephemerate this, we get alive. What do we do? Our opponent did not even use their Ajani ability. Such disrespect. We ephemerate the Skyclave Apparition, our opponent gets another token, but we don't get life, so we are just dead. So let's attack our opponent with these two. Let's try to get rid of Ajani. Especially with Voice of Victory making more token. Fortunately won't get to draw cards off of the Besa. Won't just let the Ajani die. Let's ephemerate it. The opponent gets to buff another creature. So we are just dead. Damn. Just did not draw another land for our Solitude for too many turns. An opponent top decking once more. What? Our opponent has no dead draws. What? It did not matter at this point, but it's still really impressive. Okay. We just take the hit. Damn. Okay, Voice of Victory is sure as a card. So, on to match number 2. Match number 2. We are on the draw and we will keep the sand. We do have Sunken Citadel plus Demolition Field. We have Skyclave Apparition, Path to Exile, Ephemerate, and Otherworldly Light. So we do have a decent bit of creature removal. And we do have our Sunken Ruin Demolition Field combo. Maybe we were too cocky against Boros, but I already said I don't think the matchup's too good. I think even though we do have a lot of answers to that stuff, the matchup still is really tough. Do I just Ghost Portals as a Data Triumph? Actually just might Ghost Portals as Triumph so our opponent does not get domain, but I think just going for the Demolition Field would probably be better. Because our opponent will probably just play something like a Scion of Draco now. And we can Demolition Field away his Triumph and pass to Exile the Scion. So I don't think there's any need to be overly trigger happy. It's a Cardo, that's even better. Okay. Sure. Play the demolition field. Let's get rid of the triumph. Boop, boop. How many basics is Zoo running? 1 or 2 probably. We'll definitely find out this turn already, because we will just cast the +2 exile right here. And shwoop-de-whoop. Kavu gone. Is there a second basic? There's no second basic. Okay, don't get too cocky, don't get too excited, because we do have the Field of Ruin right now, and maybe make our opponent scoop already. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Field of Ruin. What do you have, opponent? You don't have anything? Okay, we do have everything. Yeah, I think that's already wrapped up. Opponent won't ever get to main count. Yeah, okay. On to sideboarding, I guess. Sideboarding against Domain, we definitely want Celestial Purge to be able to get rid of Kavu and also the Leyline. Leyline definitely is really scary. I think I'll also put in March of Otherworldly Light to have more removal against that. And I will take in Besa to restore some life. I don't really think Wrath is too necessary, they don't really go wide. And maybe we bring in a second Relic, but I think Flate should just be a non-factor against us, so let's run it like this. We do have Demolition Field. We do have White Orchid Phantom and Ephemerate. And we do have Witch Enchanter or Celestial Purge to get rid of Leyline. That's definitely is a keep. Opponent does have Leyline. The opponent will on turn 2 probably just play a Cyan. But we can get rid of the Leyline and then start Stone Raining our opponent with a Phantom. And potentially even with an Ephemerated Phantom. That's so stupid. That's a Cyan. Opponent does not play Cyan. It's just a card. Sure, opponent. You got it. Such a dangerous thing happening right here. So I will actually just run out the White Orchid Phantom. Because that way next turn we get to Ephemerate it and play the Celestial Purge. Without the Cyan, the Leyline loses a lot of value. So let's just get our land destruction in where we can. Opponent has Cyan and has a removal spell for our Phantom. That's pretty annoying. But we fortunately enough do have a Celestial Purge for the Leyline to buy us some time. Okay, and next time we can Witch Enchanter to get rid of the Cyan. And maybe we go for the double Stone Rain, because the Kavu also loses its power after getting Stone Rained. And we have Besa for the turn after, I think, to regain some life. Our opponent definitely is not out of it yet. Because having 2 of those bigger creatures on board is really scary. Opponent grabs a Breeding Pool. Can't get a Blood Crypt to make his domain count 5. Finds a Thundering Falls. Don't really care about that. Opponent will just hit us for 8. Oh, really? Yep, hits us for 8. Opponent is looting with Kavu, discards a Flage. Okay, but this Breeding Pool and our land destruction will make it so Flage is a non-factor. We find a Skyclave Apparition, that's also interesting. We can use a Demolition Field to get rid of one and play a Phantom to get rid of the other. Sounds pretty enticing to me. Because our opponent maybe does not even get the ability to grow his Kavu past our Phantom. In other words, we can just block the Cyan to not take too much damage. Yep, we grab a basic, we play our Phantom. Opponent only has his planes. And if they don't have another land to increase their domain account, this Kavu can't even attack. Not sure if I will block just the side. Opponent still attacks this Kavu. I will take the trade here. Even though we do die to a lightning bolt, because opponent has to find an untapped red source, he doesn't. Do we play Besa to gain 4 life, or do we just get rid of the Cyan? I think we just get rid of the Cyan and keep up everything else. We do have Demolition Field ready, we do have Ephemerate ready. Basically our opponent's only real out is finding an untapped red source and a lightning bolt. He doesn't, so this Besa should basically wrap it up. And I think our opponent will probably scoop. Even get to draw a card with it. Yep. Nice. Quick and easy match. On to match number 3. Match number 3, we are on the play. Lucky die roll. Field of Ruin, Ghost Quarter, Witch, Enchanted Solitude. This definitely looks like a hand this deck has, so let's just run with it. Especially on the blind, keeping good hands with this deck, I think does not really happen. Like, hands with this deck never look, wow, I'm so glad I have this. There is no having lots of looters and a Cascader for living end. There is no having multiple 1-drops and a Goblin Bombardment for energy. There's no 1-drop plus Curry Steel Cutter for prowess. This deck is just a big mush of different cards. Is it the mirror? It is the mirror! Oh no! We definitely have to hold back with our Castle Ardenvale. I think this might be one of the best cards we can have. So let's cherish it and wait. Oh, this will definitely go into time. I might be a bit more quiet this game to play a bit faster. Find another Field of Ruin. Let's just play this and pass. Oh, the mirror. No. Is there any good sideboard cards we have for the mirror? I don't really think so. Opponent has a Demolition Field. Would he just use it to get rid of our Field of Ruin? Maybe he will, so he can protect his Sunken Citadel. How many basics are we running? I definitely have to look into that right now. Let's just play planes. Let's activate this and get rid of the Citadel. How many basics are we running? Oh no. This will be definitely one of the games played all time. Opponent loads the mana for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 basics. Okay, so our opponent probably plays a really similar looking list. I already know I want to grab. Let's see what we have for sideboarding. I think Besa might be something because it is just a body. Crucible definitely. Not sure if anything else really is good. Maybe the Peacekeeper just because it's a creature? Do we sideboard up with cards? Do we just think this will go down to decking? I don't know. This mirror definitely will be studied for the ages. Does it really just... Is this mirror only over if somebody just completely floods? Or if someone has a Crucible to actually get rid of all the basics? Oh, I don't know. Let's play our Field of Ruin. Do we play Witch Enchanted to have something on board? I think I do. Let's just run out a creature. Let's see where it takes us. Opponent, we have the Mighty Beater. The feared, fabled Witch Enchanter. Which enchanter you asked? This one. It's this enchanter. Okay. Good thing we're on the same page right here. Opponent uses his demolition field. Yes, we grab a plains. Woo! We do have more planes on the battlefield right now. Opponent will run out of basics before we will run him out of basics so far. Opponent has another demolition field. How long do we send back this Castle Ardenvale? We could play it now to make one token at least. Is that a Skyclef Apparition? 4 mana. Our opponent is playing the Khan variant. I think he has the upper hand in the mirror that way. What do you grab, opponent? Really do think he has the upper hand with the Khan. And I don't like to admit it. Opponent already grabs a Crucible. Good thing is we do have March to get rid of the Crucible and we get to hit the Khan with our Witch Enchanter. Play the Ghost Quarter. Let's get a hit in. Our opponent's Solitude away the Witch Enchanter. Maybe? I think I would. If I was my opponent, I would definitely just get rid of this Witch Enchanter with all of might because I would just want to make sure that the Khan survives. We do get a hit in. That's good for us. Also not sure if I would have grabbed Liquid Metal Coating just immediately with the Khan. Crucible is a bit more conservative. Opponent might have been scared of us having a Skyclef Apparition to immediately get rid of the Khan. Opponent has the Crucible. And we just have to play Relics to get rid of their lands, to get rid of the Crucible. Let's float a mana. And immediately goes for the Ghost Quarter instead of grabbing a land. We should have, in response, gotten rid of the Crucible. That was a mistake. Our opponent would have lost another land. Opponent just Ghost Quarters again. One, 2, and 3. Get rid of this. So our opponent does not get lands back, so our opponent is just stoning themselves so far, and we still have a couple of basics left. Sure, uptake the Khan. I will with all my might attack your Khan with the Witch Enchanter. Play the Castle Ardenvale, even though we will just die to the demolition field most likely. Does our opponent have a Solitude? Really looks like our opponent doesn't. It's really nice. Nice, we get rid of the Khan. That's big. That's big. Our opponent will probably just demolition field away the Castle Ardenvale, but we can make a token. This is actually super fucking intense. It's just land destruction on both sides and trying to run your opponent out of basics, but we definitely have fewer basics left. We're almost out of basics already. That's crazy. Only 1 planes left. That's crazy. Nuts even. 1 place, then another planes. This is really the best we can do. We have another Witch Enchanter, our clock just improved. And we also have an Ephemerate to potentially get rid of another thing. 2 mana, it's a reprieve, it's a reprieve. That's unfortunate, but not bad. Blocks in this matchup. Oh, we just don't hit our opponent really hard, do we? Can get rid of another Crucible with Ephemerate or with the Witch Enchanter though, which is really nice. And also plays another planes, so probably is really low on basics as well. And it has an apparition, we will get rid of the enchanter. But I won't ephemerate that, I will just let that happen. Yep. Also the 4/4 token definitely does it a lot harder, even though it gets removed a bit easier. Definitely hits a lot harder than the 2/2. Haters might say it hits twice as hard. Let's try to pass to exile this. And we get a token. I do like myself a 4/4 illusion. Though our board actually is really fragile to Wrath of the Skies right now. We have a demolition field. Let's hit our opponent for 5, the first real hit of the match. Also, this tickling before did not count. Opponent probably just has an answer for it. March, Path. We're just soft to all sorts of removal. But we make our opponent use it. Opponent does not use anything right now. Just getting this one big hit in definitely helps. That's probably March. It's a pass to exile. Okay, we grab our last basic. At least there is no more basics we can draw. And now we play the Witch Enchanter. We even have Demolition Field up for opponent's Castle Arlebear. Wow. Drawing Crucible of Words would be so nice. Opponent 7 basics down. How many basics are there left? Next to Witch Enchanter. I've chatted a bit with my opponent. He also agrees that the mirror does seem to be really stupid. Can't blame him. Let's attack. And let's just run on this solitude. We're running out the big guns. Bam. I will with all my might try to get a hidden opponent. No reprieve. Opponent has passed to exile for Solitude. I will save the Solitude with my Ephemerate. We've managed to dodge the path to exile and get rid of his Witch Enchanter. We're getting it in for 3 damage. I honestly believe maybe the call in this matchup is just not playing anything. Playing for the deck out. Oh man. What is going on? Opponent has a Field of Ruin. Oh no! He can get rid of our Demolition Field! Oh no! Opponent plays the Skycliffe Apparition. Sure. Gets rid of the Witch Enchanter. I don't mind. Opponent does not get rid of the Demolition Field right now, so he thinks we have one more basic. Let's flicker our Solitude to get a big token. opponent scoops it up. And I go to side one. Okay. Now this next one, opponent just realized that we do have some rebound. So we definitely want this Crucible. I think we just want Besa because it is another body. I'm not sure if I even side out anything. Do I get rid of anything? Do I just like grab the relics? The cantrip, I guess. Ross is bad, I think. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Ross. Yeah, let's... Looks okay. We could... Our opponent is playing Khan, so maybe Peacekeeper's good. Maybe Disruptive Root or something. Yeah, instead of Relic, let's play the Disruptive Root for Khan. Yeah. Looks good. On to game 2. I don't know if there are any really good hands for the mirror, but as far as I'm concerned, this looks pretty decent. Skyclave Apparition can get rid of Khan, White Rocket Phantom to have something hitting our opponent early on, and Sunken Citadel. So maybe we get to do stuff early on. Do I just play the Relic right now? Do I have Witch Enchanter as another land to play the Phantom? I don't think so. Opponent has a Demolition Field, which we can just get rid of with our Phantom. Wow, so much power. Maybe we draw a Demolition Field. If we do draw a Field of Ruin, I will just Field of Ruin away this, so we can next turn play White Rocket Phantom and ephemerate for it. Not to get rid of more lands, but just to protect it. We do draw another Witch Enchanter, that's pretty nice. One of our more flexible cards, but let's just get rid of the Demolition Field and see where it takes us. Also, I will definitely just grab my headphones and hear some music meanwhile, because here is not a lot going on. So you won't hear the music I'm hearing right now, you will just hear the basic music that I put under all the videos. Because I don't want to get the MCM strike with like 10 followers. Even so right now it wouldn't really hurt to, because just starting a new channel would not really do anything, but let's try to be professional about this. Just like these cute animations. Do you see it? I'm really proud. I am really proud. Run out another Plains. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand, so our Besa would do literally nothing. So we'll just play our Relic. Opponent, exile a card from your graveyard. Opponent exiles a land. Nice. We are about to get rid of all their lands. Counterintuitive thing right here is that our opponent should get rid of all their spells, because only the lands do have any value in the graveyard. Our opponent has a Castle Ardenvale right now. That's actually kind of annoying. I do really want to find an answer for that, so I will crack the Relic immediately. That's a Ghost Quarter. It's at least something. Ah, the Demolition Field. Nice. That's a good answer. Opponent does not get to make a token. That's important, that's important. We do take every Flight Edge we can get. Yes. Pass the turn. You go, opponent. I won't play Skyclave Apparition without a target. Opponent probably just plays a 5th land. Doesn't. Is it a Khan? Is it a plane? Is it a bird? It's a Witch Enchanter! Oh, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Like Ghost Quarter. Let's just play a Witch Enchanter, I guess. I really want my opponent to have more cards in hand, so we can play Besa and flicker Besa with Ephemerate, so we can draw some more cards. can maybe go somewhere. There's a White Orchid Phantom. No, our opponent gets rid of our Ghost Quarter. Oh, how shall we ever recover? Let's just grab a Plains. Opponent offers the trade. We take it. And I will exile your Phantom. Opponent grabs another land. Because now our opponent has more cards in hand than we do. We also find a Castle Ardenvale. That's really nice. Let's play Besa. Hope there's no reprieve. Please? Please don't? Elemental Egg. Elemental Egg. Elemental Egg hits the battlefield. We get to draw a card. Sweet value. Find a demolition field. Let's just pass because I don't want to ephemerate into a potential path to exile. We'll just keep up the ephemerate to protect Besa. And we actually have the biggest creature in both our decks combined on the board, I think. I don't even know if he's played something big from the Khan board. I don't think so actually, because they usually don't have enough mana to play anything big. It's just a Solitude. Nice, nice. We let it resolve. Our opponent targets Besa and we get him! Ephemerate. Haha, opponent. What you gonna do when I Besa you? We draw another card. Solitude doesn't do anything. We're actually in a good spot. I never expected to say this in the mirror, but we are actually in a good spot. This ephemerate would actually do absolutely nothing. So we will just keep the next side. Opponent has a Sunken Citadel. Demolition field. Find another Besa, that's good. We can still activate our castle. We are actually slowly climbing ahead. And let's get a big hit in with our Elemental Egg. Opponent jumps away his Solitude. What? What? Opponent is really scared of our Elemental Egg. You have time, opponent. What are you worrying about? Opponent has a demolition field for the castle. Opponent plays Wrath of God. Okay. That's why he did it. But we can make another token. Opponent should have demolition fielded before to get rid of our token. Slight advantages. We have all our 8 basics in play right now. That's also kind of impressive. Let's play the Ghost Quarter. Do we run out the Naked Witch Enchanter to draw a card with Besa? Or do we just run out the Witch Enchanter like this? I think I will just run out the Witch Enchanter to get to draw a card. Because I'm just looking for this Crucible basically. And we also gain some life, I guess. And another Ghost Quarter, okay. Hate it, actually. Because our opponent should also be running out of basics really soon. Opponent has a Ghost Quarter, so he will see that we are running out of basics, but he does not use it. 6 mana? 6 mana? Is that a Wrath? Did I really just overextend into Wraths of the Skies and our opponent didn't side it out? Holy fucking moly! I did not play around this. But you could have haunted me all night. I would have never expected our opponent to still have that in their deck. Let's get rid of the Ghost Quarter and see if our opponent has any more basics. Opponent has more basics. Let's get rid of Plains and see if our opponent has more basics. We are only running 8. Maybe our opponent is running more, but maybe not. He's running even more basics. Oh no! We're losing the land battle. White Wave feels so hype and it's a super boring matchup. Nothing is happening. But I'm turning into a YouTuber voice. I'm starting to become Mr. fucking Beast right here because nothing is happening. Opponent has a Skyblade apparition. Sure, opponent. I don't care. I will solitude it. Maybe I have to play more boring matchups because that way I'm more enticed to be louder and more entertaining. So that anything is happening right here and I have to entertain myself because of my ADHD brain. What the? Opponent is down to 7.5 minutes, although I guess we are probably just winning with the clock. Don't think we will actually get lethal this game. And I also don't think we will deck out the way the tempo is going right now. One is something. Is it a sure? Is it a solitude? Is it another Wrath? Is it really just another Wrath? 6 mana? That's not a Wrath. Opponent would have to pay 7 to get rid of the solitude. Okay, what is happening, opponent? Do something, do anything. He's paying mana. It's a big march of otherworldly light. You know what? I will replace that. I want to get in one more hit. It's a march. We fight too fast to exile. There's no way this is a real matchup. Opponent has a solitude. Okay. Opponent gets rid of our solitude. But what do? We pass to exile the solitude. So our opponent has officially run out of basics. You have to celebrate the small victories. Opponent has a March of Otherworldly Light and one unknown in hand. We just draw more removal. Okay. You go, opponent. I don't have anything. I will keep this Skyblade apparition ready. I will have to keep this up to get rid of Khan, so there is nothing we can do. It's actually just a Mexican standoff, and we're both playing sloppy and slow while doing so. It's crazy. Opponent has a Crucible. Good thing we have an answer. Opponent grabs a Ghost Quarter to get rid of one of our basics. We get rid of the Crucible. Done. Opponent will get rid of one of our basics. That's annoying, but 7 lands still should be enough to do pretty much everything right here. No land. Sad life. It's down to 5.5 minutes already. Ay caramba, ay caramba. We find Solitude, okay, that's something. That's definitely better than nothing. Maybe our opponent should have grabbed the Castle Ardenway with the... Yeah, probably should have grabbed the Castle Ardenway with the... what is it called? Crucible. Let's... Solitude. Get rid of the Enchanter. Opponent have another Solitude. 4 mana. No, that's not Solitude. Opponent does not go for it. We get it in. We got him, boys. We got him. Opponent goes for the match again. We will retrieve it again. We find another beta. That's actually a threat. Okay. Okay. Opponent just pitches his other cards to cast this much. Okay. You deserve this one, opponent. You deserve this one. But now he has to top deck an answer to our beta. And this is actually the scarier clock. And we find this. Oh, we find an ephemerate to protect it as well. Opponent has more lands, so we make a treasure. This is the first time this mode ever came up. Opponent has a path to exile, but we do have our ephemerate. And we do make another treasure token. What's faster, Besa or the clock on our opponent? Oh, that's actually a real thriller happening right here. Let's get rid of one of his lands. Let's hit him. Okay. Our opponent has lots of answers for this Besas, don't get me wrong. Like, there's more marches, there's more past exiles, there's more solitudes. Heck, our opponent could just draw another board wipe. Our opponent has a demolition field. That's pretty much the worst draw our opponent could have. We find it Sunken Citadel, so I guess that will just get removed by the demolition field, but that's fine. We get a hit in. Okay. Opponent has another Field of Ruin. Nice, nice. Do we actually get the kill? We have another ephemerate to protect the Besa. I will play the Skyclave Apparition right now to have lethal. And we do have ephemerate to protect them. Okay. Is anybody here as hyped as I am? Probably not. On a double stone rinse. Opponent, do you find something? He just finds another Field of Ruin. We actually have lethal. We are free. We are free. After playing against Zoo and beating them in basically 3 turns because they only play 1 basic, we played the mirror and we actually won it. GG's, opponent. On to match number 4. Match number 4 after this incredible slogfest in the mirror. Let's see what we've got right now. Our opponent is playing Keruga, so probably a basic landlight deck. Wrath of the Skies probably is really bad, but I do like Demolition Field and White Orchid Phantom. I think I will still keep it. Opponent has Leyline of the Guild Pact. Our opponent's probably really basic light again. Opponent shocks on the Sacred Foundry. And we will just get rid of it with our Phantom. Maybe they also only play 1 basic, just like the normal Zoo variant, which would be really nice for us. Opponent grabs the plains. That's what our last opponent did. Do you have more lands, opponent? Opponent has a Scion. That's really bad, but do you have more lands, opponent? Do you have more lands? Let's have a look. Our opponent has more lands. Okay. We are in a lot of trouble because this Wrath of the Sky will take a couple of turns to be able to get rid of the Leyline of the Guild Pact. Once we do get rid of it, We're not in too bad of a shape, but it's a question if we even will survive long enough. Helga. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana wave 4 greater, you draw a card. Oh! That's a cool card. That's... Damn! I've never seen this. I think Spike played something similar like to this. Oh, okay. We do find something to get rid of this. Pitch both our Wrath, I think. Oh no. 2. Oh, that should work like this. X is currently 4. We're done. We definitely have to get rid of this Helga. Opponent has a Force of Negation. Oh no! Rid of the fairy. Oh no! Just up the beanstalk on a creature. It's crazy. Opponent plays another Scion. Oh, damn, we're cooked. We are getting cooked. This guy also just grows. There's nothing we can really do. Don't think we have any out. Okay. Next game. That's one hell of a card. On to sideboarding against Keruga Helga. We definitely want Celestial Purge. I'm not sure if Relic is of any use, so let's just shove it to the side. What else do we take in and out? I think Ephemerate might be lackluster because they do have lots of stuff to answer our creatures. Probably. Maybe a second Crucible to lock them out. Maybe another March to get rid of it. Oh yeah, we can get rid of all of those Wraths, guys. I forgot. I almost kept those in. Let's grab the Crucible. Let's keep the Ephemerate. And let's keep one of the Relics. Because it can at least cantrip. Okay. Let's do it. Double Ghost Quarter, double White Rocket Phantom with Ephemerate. I will keep it. We have a Skyclave Apparition to answer Leyline. Opponent does not have a Leyline. That's definitely a better start for us than the last game. Don't have a second... We do have a second Plains. Do I run out the Phantom right now? No, I won't. Just want to make sure that we get rid of as many lands as possible. Our opponent probably has a Temple Garden, yep. Probably a Scion, yep. But we can start to get rid of all of your lands, opponent. Let's get rid of this one. And I will also use my Ghost Quarter against this one. Because I doubt they will play more than 2 basics. I don't think they can afford to do that. Maybe they also run a forest, okay! Opponent grabs Keruga. Lucky we have this Ghost Quarter right here. So let's get rid of the white swords, I think. And we will play another White Rocket Phantom. Be able to double block the Scion. We are done. Opponent probably also plays Solitude, so I will not double block it now. I will wait for another backup Phantom. And our backup Phantom also gets to destroy another land. That's pretty nice. Opponent grabs a Black Source for Glarp. Play lands and cast spell on the top of your libraries. That's interesting. I think I will get rid of the land. Do I play the Skyclave Apparition? I think I will just play another Phantom. Because our opponent is so low on mana that even being able to cast spells from the top should not be of any concern. And if he hits the land, we can get rid of the land in many ways. No, opponent can't possibly attack us. Did not see if our opponent played that from the top of their library, that's unfortunate. They do get to shuffle off of Skill Up. We grab a Sacred Foundry, that's Helga. We already know her. So I think I want to just keep on stone raining them. Fortunate that we don't draw any more lands, because that means we can't really double spell. Opponent also does not get any window to attack us. We will just keep stone raining them turn after turn. This guy can also surveil, this guy can also surveil, okay. Opponent keeps 2 cards on the top of the library. I don't really like the sound of that. What are they? Damn, this set is full of unexpected bangers. Opponent casts a Solitude, so he gets to buff the Helga. Opponent pitched the Leyline Binding. Whatever he would try to get rid of, we will just ephemerate it. Definitely want to keep our army of first strike blockers. We are done, nothing to hit. And if our opponent should play a land, we can in our upkeep still ephemerate again. Opponent does just that, okay. What lands do you have, opponent? Opponent has another breeding pool, okay, so they're stuck on 2 colors at least. Oh no, right, she also makes mana. Ah, we should have gotten rid of Helga. Opponent has an Elishnorn. Oh no! Oh no! Path to exile, please. Let's just flicker one for good manners. It's a land now, it's too late. Oh, we should have gotten rid of Helga. Those are cards you never see, like what is this set? What are those cards? What is this league? What is this matchup? What is this deck? What is life? What's this Elishnorn? Oh, that's disgusting. Our opponent is not actually mana screwed. Our opponent can just do what they want. Overlord. That's a combo. Opponent will get back a Solitude. Oh no. We are so done. This Elishnorn will absolutely wreck our soul. The opponent gets 2 triggers off of the Overlord. Definitely have to try this deck myself. Opponent evokes a Solitude. Yeah, there's no coming back for us. Let's just move to the next one. Final round. We won another die roll. We're playing against My Name is Coffee. Let's keep this. We have Field of Ruin, Skyclave, Path to Exile, just the usual. We'll play one of our beautiful Neon Dynasty planes. Swoop, swoop. Let's see what our opponent is playing. Opponent is playing Prowess. I think I will just have to take the hit. Can't really afford giving our opponent a land with a path, and I don't really want to evoke this Solitude right now. Now we do have March to get rid of the Monastery Swift Spear. We could potentially also use March to get rid of the Steel Cutter. Let's just straight up move to combat. Okay. Let's just exile this Swift Spear. Opponent missing a land drop, really? No. Okay, there's a Fiery Island. Opponent is a Channeler, that's cool. Cool. Doesn't have anything else, we like that. So let's just Field of Ruin the islet. I actually think most Boros decks only run 2 basics. So I think this path to exile is actually free, which is why we'll go for it. It appears to be the case. Nice. Go squad, next turn we'll start stone running them. Ah, man. After playing this deck, even though we're just 2-2 right now, we just got completely demolished by the Helga because does anybody here really know what that card does, honestly? Like, I don't think you can blame me for this playing against that deck. But seeing this deck literally just win because people don't play enough basics really makes me want to run 1 more basic in every deck. Let's just get rid of this one. What you gonna do about it, opponent? What you gonna do about it? Does not even load the mana, does not bother. Opponent is way too many to do stuff like this. Let's get rid of the Swift Spear. Most important thing is that we will always keep 1 answer for Steel Cutter. Just want to make sure they don't have Steel Cut and they don't get to double spell and they don't get to use real value off of iteration. If it's just a slow 1/1 waiting, I think we're good. It's Jet Guy. It's not even Izzet. Okay. Okay, I did not expect that. But I do kind of like that. I do think they might be more susceptible to our land destruction overall. Just play another apparition. And we will start to be aggressive. Opponent just plays a land and passes a turn. Also only has 2 cards in hand. And we draw a Field of Ruin. Nice. Just hit our opponent and see if they do anything, if they fetch for anything end of turn or so. Maybe they grab another Surveillance, because maybe the Jeskai version plays the second one. That's it, our opponent for 4. Oh! Jin would be proud. I don't want you to have White Mana, opponent. Don't quite know why. But I think getting rid of 1 of your colors sounds good. No Flake for you. No Prismatic Ending for you, and I think that's it with the white cards. Nice. Doesn't play anything again. Oh, let's just hit him. Have you ever tried just hitting your opponent? And has a lightning bolt for the apparition. Our Boros opponent starts bolting our creatures. I think I'm really happy with that. And also we're still at 18 life. Like, what is going on? But to be fair, our opponent had a really slow weird hand. Opponent goes for mutagenic growth on the token. Let's get rid of that. Bye-bye token. Maybe our opponent was also just playing Izzet with White Splash for something in the sideboard, to be fair. Only the 1 Sacred Foundry so far. Opponent. Lava Darts our apparition. Will he actually flashback the Lava Dart? He actually flashbacks our Lava. Oh! Poor opponent. He's so desperate. I actually feel bad for that guy. He's trying. But it's just so futile. Let's just run out another apparition. Opponent just destroyed one of his own lands against us just to get the 1/1 illusion token. I can't believe it. This deck is true work of art. Whoever first figured it out and played it. Man, you're a great person. And a reprieve. Oh, nice. Definitely do love myself a reprieve. Opponent down to 5. Down to 4. Opponent has another Steam Lens. Plays a Swift Spear. I will just draw a card right here. Oh, nice, Castle. That's a good one. Gets to make tokens, lets us cast Solitude. I like that. Opponent appears to have. Opponent probably just has another mutagenic rose in hand right now. Oh man. Yeah. On to sideboarding. Sideboarding against Izzet Prowess, Celestial Purge, and High Noon. Definitely go in. Want to have answers for their steel cutters, and we want them to stop from going nasty with crazy double spells. What is bad? Relic is decent, Reprieve is really bad. Way too slow. Rock Reshape, want to Ephemerate. Do I want anything else here? We could Shades Crucible. I just want to keep some Crucible. Like, we're here to protect this Crucible. Could play more relics, but I don't think that's really necessary. Maybe another Besa for Summer Life game. Maybe the other March. Okay, we will do the responsible thing. We'll get rid of one of our Crucibles. And I think I will also get rid of one Wrath. Let's run it back. Game number 2 against Izzet Prowess. We have early removal, we have High Noon, and we have Phantom with Ghost Quarter. This looks great. This looks absolutely great. High Noon is such a good card against them. Opponent has a DRC. Okay. We find a Solitude. That's a good one. That's a good one. We definitely just want to stay back a little. As our opponent casts a Steel Cutter right now, I will march it away. Or will I? The Steel Cutter won't actually do anything, because we will play High Noon next turn. Probably don't even march it. Opponent plays a Slick Shot Shore. Okay. Let's just wait if our opponent plays anything to buff them. Opponent only attacks with the DRC. Let's get rid of the DRC then, I guess. Because Slickshot will not really do anything under High Noon. And starting with next turn, we will start to Stormrain them. White Dog and Phantom will get rid of the Steam Lands, Ghost Quarter will get rid of one of their mountains. And may not even be necessary, so you don't have the mana to double spell. Maybe that's overkill for this matchup. Maybe High Noon is only for Storm. Maybe that should just be a Deafening Silence. Like, honestly, maybe that should just be Deafening Silence. But High Noon also does something against Cascade decks, so maybe it's still reasonable to keep it. Opponent, okay, now he attacks with both. So let's play a Ghost Quarter, play a Phantom. Let's destroy the steam vents. Skadoosh opponent. And let's also get rid of one of your mountains. Skadoosh again. Next turn we do have either Demolition Field or March on one of their subs, depending on if they play another land. Let's just pass through. Doubt there's anything scary happening. Why is my Discord so fucking loud right now? Just... Opponent has an unholy hit for our Phantom, okay. We do take a hefty hit right here, that's true, but also opponent will lose one of their creatures and won't really do anything big in the future. Could also play a Skyclave Apparition to get rid of one of those. I think I'll just march it. Don't really want to risk giving them a token so early. Because even though they are only at one land and they can't double spell, together with buffs and burn spells, Slickshot still hits. It's like a truck. The Swift Spear, that's fine. Or we can just get rid of the Slickshot and we have a blocker for the Swift Spear. Let's get rid of the Slickshot and next turn we can play our Solitude. The Swift Spear, even if our opponent has buffs or anything like that, the Swift Spear still hits a lot less harder than the Slickshot does. Opponent just plays a tapped land. Okay, so we could just get rid of it, but I think I actually won't. I think I'll just try to stick the Solitude next turn. I think if our opponent attacks, I will actually just take the hit, because the worst thing that could happen is something like... or is it too bad? Nah, I will trade. Because then next turn we can still Solitude away one thing and block the other. Yeah, there's a Mutagenic Growth. Don't want to take those 4 damage, I think. Next turn the Solitude can trade away with both. And a Witch Enchanter, that's also okay, I guess. Good thing is that Steel Cutter literally does nothing under High Noon. They can't ever get to trigger it, and paying 2 mana to equip something, like, who does that? They already played their spell, we don't have to risk, don't have to worry about anything happening right now, which means our Solitude will just exile this Illusion token and block a Swift Spear for free. Let's get rid of this. Let's block this. Let's gain some life, trade away 1 Swift Spear. And now I think it's a wrap. Let's get rid of this land. Opponent back down to 1 land. I will play the Field of Ruin and I will run out this Witch Enchanter as a blocker. Because I want to hit my opponent with a Solitude to make sure he does not get bolted or anything like that. And I want to gain the life. Okay, everybody, High Noon. Such an MVP. Especially in spots like this, High Noon is way better than Deafening Silence, because otherwise our opponent could have played the Monastery Swift Spear and still could have had something to pump or to remove our Solitude. But with High Noon on board, we don't have to worry about anything. Our opponent plays the Swift Spear, we know that we can just exile the illusion, can just trade with the Swift Spear. There is nothing that can happen to us. This card is just awesome. Opponent had shocks to play Preordain, that's okay for us. I will just take this hit if our opponent should decide to attack. 1 on top, 1 on bottom. And I will just Field of Ruin this away. We're back at 15 life, so there's nothing to worry about. And we find Besart. Damn, that's brutal. That's brutal. We even get to play it to draw a card. We don't even get life. But we do draw a card and we have a huge blocker now. Opponent is a reader. Understandable. One of the many weird Bloomburrow cards that we've encountered this league. This set is so stacked with interesting cards and powerful ones too. Like, when you look back at it, even if some of those are just played in Standard or Pioneer, but I think with the new Vivi coming out in Final Fantasy, I think Storm Chaser's talent also will actually just be played in some Storm Prowess-ish variant with Vivi together to have late game insurance and use the mana from Vivi. Storm Chaser's talent is crazy. There's so many good cards. Some also just for niche personal favorites. I will play it on red to activate the High Noon. Definitely want to go for the High Noon kill, not gonna lie. But opponent just takes it. Nice. 3-2. We definitely misplayed hard against the Keruga deck. Our Boros opponent was just really good at top decking. So this deck definitely has a place in this meta. It's really interesting and can really punish the current deck building. But I think people can definitely and probably will also adapt against it, because, for example, if Boros just plays one more basic, I think the matchup is close to unwinnable for our current build. But we can also adapt with the build. For Wrath of the Skies, maybe something more. The deck probably needs some more energy production to really work then. So I'm not sure what white has to offer that's not just Guide of Souls, also not Pride, and does not really function with our current game plan. So I'm definitely interested to see where this deck goes. I hope you like the games. I hope you stayed through the mirror. And have a good one, everybody.